have you on the show. 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Lots of stories, celebrations for some countries in AFCON. Why some are not too happy. The Giants actually falling. Talking about Algeria. Surprisingly, defending champion. They were actually removed from the competition alongside Ghana. The big teams, some fell, some stayed. Now, looking at the results actually of matches played yesterday, Côte d'Ivoire defeated Algeria by 3-1 in a match that they could not believe their eyes for what they saw, and the fact that the penalty they tried their best. Well, it didn't go well with them. Côte d'Ivoire showed their class. The Elephant trying over the Phoenix of Algeria. Sierra Leone, they lost against Equatorial Guinea, and you have Tunisia losing against Gambia in that particular game. Mali, they did well by defeating Mauritania. A particular corner was the standout player in that particular game. Those are the results as it went down yesterday in AFCON. Joining me to talk about all these stories in the studio, I have the lady of the moment, my dear Umar. Good to have you.
When you said the lady of the moment, it's like I've been.
You know why I said that? You know why I said that? Sadiq Umar. My dear Umar. Sadiq Umar is one ready right now.
Yes, I've been getting a lot of, side by side, people putting my name alongside Sadiq Umar.
Because you have the same surname.
He's my brother.
Maybe he's your brother.
He's my brother from another mother.
Seriously. Hopefully. Now, joining me also on the show is Yakubu Usman. Good to have you.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, now we quickly go straight to the world of sport. Let's talk about yesterday. You saw the result there. The mighty fell. Algeria, defending champion of this particular competition, they are out. And surprisingly, nobody saw that come. Although from all the matches they played, they struggled. They really struggled in this tournament. But it wasn't to this level that people were thinking, okay, maybe they can still scale through the last game. Then Côte d'Ivoire went haywire and destroyed them. Yakubu.
Well, for me, I think it was really surprising and all. But you see, one of the things that, even though we've come back to the professional football and all that, one of the things that people tend to forget is that there's this moment of the COVID-19 stuff that people had, the lockdown and all that. So I think for most countries here in Africa, we have trouble getting back to where we used to be, and we would have affected Algeria as well. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it coming, but still, you could put some of those things into a factor that, okay, we face the pandemic, there has to be reshuffling of the squad, not giving enough time, even though there was ample time, but still not enough time for them to get that particular team back again.
Dear.
When AFCON started, what we talked about, ratings and countries that were rated before the AFCON. It was as a result of, Nigeria not being put in place. I remember the first match, I was in a taxi and we were talking about it. And the taxi, the man driving the car was like, I'm not going to watch that match. And, at home, my brothers are like, I'm not watching this match. And then they pass are like, okay, what are they playing? Oh, 1-0, oh. And that was like the start of building of confidence for the team. So a lot of things, what I'm saying in essence is that a lot of things happened, things we didn't even expect to happen in the AFCON happened this 2021 African Cup of Nations. So I think the ousting out of Algeria wasn't surprising for me. I saw how they struggled from the first match, and then the ratings. After the first match, I knew there was going to be trouble. And after that, yesterday, Côte d'Ivoire is a team to contend with, like it or not. So I saw that coming. I saw after the first goal, I was like, no, Algeria is definitely going. So it wasn't surprising for me. I saw that from the beginning. And one of the surprising matches for me was, Comoros. And, Tunisia too.
What about Equatorial Guinea?
Equatorial Guinea, I do not know what they ate before they came for AFCON this season. But I see them going far. I don't see them dropping in the round of 16 yet. So it's going to be Clash of the Titans this round of 16. We're ready for the actions. I am ready for the actions.
Now we're still talking about the AFCON, the result as it went down in all the Group E and Group F yesterday over there in Cameroon. Now let's look at the way the table stands before we look. Okay, some teams qualify, some drop. In Group E, well, it was a disastrous one for Algeria as they couldn't get it right. So Côte d'Ivoire had shown their class in that particular encounter there, having to talk about looking at what happened between all the countries now. Cote d'Ivoire, Algeria. Well, Algeria, they are out. We just have to look at the fact that despite the fact that they are defending champion, I want to digress at least a bit from what you said, Yakubu, that maybe COVID-19. Everyone had that. Defending champion, they play all their games over there. In fact, they went and played the Arab Cup, and they did well. So, and before this tournament, they had unbeaten record of about 33 games unbeaten. That's that's Algeria. So coming to this place, coming for this competition and being beaten by a country that you didn't expect. After all, Ghana also, they were beaten.
Yeah, so to
Nigeria.
add to that, actually, people have different ways of dealing with challenges. I think that's what happened to them. It took a toll on them. Maybe they didn't know how to deal with the challenges of COVID-19 and other challenges that they had. So, let's say they didn't deal with these challenges the best way they should.
Well, see, talking about the AFCON, Mali they actually scaled through. Equatorial Guinea also made it in their own Group F. They were able to do it. And you just have to celebrate the fact that Cote d'Ivoire, Equatorial Guinea, they made it. They are happy. And Syria alone, Algeria out. There's no way they can get that done. And you have to look at Group F. If you look at Group F also, same thing. You have to give it up to Mali. Mali also did well in their own group. They are getting it right. You have Mali, you have Gambia. They are a small nation. They made it 7 points. And you have Tunisia struggling with just 3 points to qualify as the best loser in their group.
Wow, we're meeting Tunisia. I don't see it as a big challenge. With the kind of boys we have in the Super Eagles right now, I think we're going all out on Tunisia, bearing in mind that there should be no complacency. Because if you snooze, you lose. It doesn't matter how well you did in the group stage right now. You know, when you play, you are only judged by your last match. That's what it is right now. So I want us to go into this round with the winning heart, like the champions that we are. Nigerian Super Eagles have done their best. We need to see more. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. Right now, everything is all about pressure. We need to have this cup in Nigeria. 2013, that's a long time. I need to see it in 2021. This 2022, AFCON, that trophy is ours.
Now, Yakubu, looking at this competition so far, a lot of giants did not really perform to expectations. And you look at some countries that we call minor, although they're more minor in football, they really shined. Like Equatorial Guinea, Comoros, Gambia, even Malawi. All these countries, they came prepared. That's why I was a bit not too keen about what you said that time, because of the fact that COVID, it was everywhere, and it's still in all the countries up till now. So Algeria have no excuse, no excuse at all. Of course they don't. Now, if the small nations, could hold their own, Malawi, Equatorial Guinea, Comoros are coming up, trying to even get better. Cape Verde, don't forget Cape Verde. They also did well.
No, but before the African Cup of Nations, remember the team that's playing in the African Cup of Nations beat Nigeria.
Cape Verde.
Yes, so you can see that they were in good form before the African Cup.
I think it has to do with your performance. Prepare ahead of it. If you don't prepare, what are you expecting?
No,
Failure.
but you see, when you talk about preparations, you understand. As you said, Algeria went on an unbeaten run, 33 games. I mean, you can't be more prepared than that.
And that what happened?
Well,
so no excuse. No excuse.
Complacency. Let's say they got complacent. Being that
they were complacent because they felt they can't beat anymore, because they played 33 matches unbeaten there, they could do it.
Yes, exactly.
But forgetting that this is Africa. This is not it's not Real Madrid's club. You understand? This is Africa. No, where we play, there's a language they use in our local parlance. They call it pakuru. Pakuru is something hard. This is African football. You don't play felele here. You play
you see, of course, because it was like before the beginning of AFCON, when we were supposed to have met Egypt, everybody, the only name that I could hear out all the time was Salah.
And that created fear. And a lot of people were like, oh, Nigeria will not be able to do it.
I saw a meme where they, with sheep gathered, they were choking like one dog like that. Then the sheep around the dog were now Nigeria. Then only the dog was Salah. So because, and that's exactly, we now proved, do you understand? They now proved that this is Africa, this is not Europe, this is not, how should I say, this is not Asia. The way we play African football is different than, how should I say, how they do it in Europe.
Well, we've been reviewing the AFCON so far, Group E and Group F matches played yesterday. Well, the big one actually came down. Algeria, they are out and they couldn't believe it. A lot of cry yesterday. Football can really be so passionate about it. You just have to be very careful whenever you are playing football. At times, that sport can be so passionate for people. Now, let's move away from AFCON. Let's talk about, still talking about AFCON anyway, Nigeria versus Tunisia. Now, Super Eagles will be facing Tunisia in their next game, round of 16. Yes. Super Eagles to face Tunisia in round of 16, and we hope and believe that our first match against Egypt, the second one against Sudan, before we finally put the icing on the cake against Guinea-Bissau, we show the class of having two teams. Now we are going to be playing Tunisia, who struggle, but they could at least get their momentum before that game. All we need to do is settle down. We need to score more goals. From myself, the way I see it, from me, I see that Nigerian Super Eagles need to be scoring. We play well, but we need to score goals.
Yes, I agree with you. Like I said, it's all about scoring of the goals, and that's where you decide who wins a match. But aside that, I would need the coach, Austin Eguavoen, to do more. I can see him struggling with people to feature first and people to feature, in the second half. We need to put all of our best guys in the first half. Remember, Tunisia was injured, has been injured, or was injured in the last
Anyhow
match.
You say, this is sports.
So the next one, they wouldn't want to leave the pitch feeling that way. And hence, there will be fights, like a very, the way you say, there'll be tikpa kind of fight, on the pitch on Sunday. So we need to feature our best. The form that we are playing right now is superb. I would say that people like Moses Simon, and then my brother, from that position he's playing, and then scoring a goal and all that. So, and then we have the captain who is doing very well, senior man Kelechi, the goalkeeper. In as much as I wasn't happy with that penalty, because I felt the Sudan guy sold him, as we would say. But putting this together with the kind of team, the form that we have right now, I think that we can beat Tunisia. And my prediction is 2-0.
2-0.
Yes. Coming
from Adia, there from Yakubu. How do you see that game? We are already previewing the match already concerning Nigeria and Tunisia.
For me, if you watch Nigeria's matches along the way, you see, even with the goals, we've been progressing with scoring goals, which means that for each match they go into, there's more understanding between the players. If you watch our first match and against our second match, you'll see that the possession, the passing, and everything was much better in the second match. And coming to the third match, yes, regardless that it was Sudan and everything, but still the players. Do you understand? Now, with that, putting that into consideration, then let's look at record. Now, we haven't lost to Tunisia in our last 6 meetings. We have 1 win and 5 draws, but hoping that this one was going to be, and the win we got was in a Nations Cup match. That was the last Nations Cup that we beat them. Now, if we put this into consideration, we're like, okay, fine, we've met Tunisia many times and everything, but still, we have a good record over them. We have a good record over them, and then with the confidence that they've used in the last match, that Nigeria used in the last match, I feel that, well, for me, I feel that meeting Tunisia, we are going to have to fight, but they will be the ones to struggle. And, well, for me, I see 3-1.
Whoa.
3-1 Nigeria, yes.
Okay, if you minus 1 from 3, you get 2. So you're still
we are not conceding any goal. We tried as much as possible to keep a clean sheet until that penalty came. But, it's going to be clean sheet all the way. I have so much confidence in this, boys. Even if things happen otherwise, I have a lot of confidence in the squad that we've been able to put together. And you can see the discipline Eguavoen complained about. I think we're moving from that phase now to a team that is disciplined.
Now, we've been talking about Nigeria facing Tunisia. The Carthage Eagles, can they ever fly ahead of the Super Eagles? Never. We just hope that everything goes well on Sunday. Nigeria will be facing that team called Tunisia, we believe, after meeting 20 times. We've won 6 We drew 8. We also lost 6. So we are on par with Tunisia. When you check the record, the last time we made October 13, 2020, it ended in a draw. 1-0 draw there. Nigeria versus Tunisia. We have to get our facts right. We just have to do it right against them. We can beat them. It's very possible. Madia says 2-0. Yakubu says 3-1. All in all, we are getting goes to win there. Now we'll be moving away from AFCON. Let's talk about our own matches in Nigeria. MPFL, some matches were played yesterday, where you have Kwara United. They pipped Kano Pillars by a lone goal. And you have Raymond Stars. That team seems not to be stopping at all. They also did well, defeating Abia Warriors by a lone goal over there in Ikene. Now, if you transfer that to the way the table is, the table has actually turned around. Before this match, they were second as Rivers United upstaked them after winning away. But right now, if you check the table, the MPFL table now for match day 7, you have them topping ahead of Rivers United. Now they are topping again with extra 2 points, and you have them having 17. You have Rivers United having 15 after playing 7 matches. You have Plateau at third, 12. You see the gap there, just 2 points. But as at that, before they played the game yesterday, Rivers were topping with a point. But now they won. They add extra 2 points. You see between the out teams, I call them the out teams, Remo and Rivers. Plateau United, Rangers International, Kwara United in their pecking order. Kwara, that winner has gotten them to 5th position with 11 points after playing 7 matches. Goal difference of 1. You have Kano Pillars, they are 16th on the log with 7 points after playing 7 matches with -5 goal difference. And you have another team that also played there. Well, I think the way it is right now, the league is beginning to take shape little by little. 7 matches. The teams are showing, they begin to show the seniority, the power here. The power is showing now, little by little. But the team that really surprised everyone has been Remo Stars.
Wow, Remo Stars coming from the bottom of the table. Remember,
from NNL, from NNL, so that they will not feel disrespected.
They've been relegated, so many times, and then coming from the bottom or from.
You still insisting on that bottom. Don't let Remo Stars sue you anyway.
Okay. When you're in the NNL, it's as if you've not even.
No, that's the second tier of the league.
Yes, so you've not even earned a spot in the MPFL. So I am even being very subtle when I said bottom of the table. So Remo Stars, I know we have a long way to go for the Nigerian Professional Football League. 7 matches, yes, we can say that things are still going to turn around. Teams like Mountain of Fire, when the MPFL on the same 360 Sports, we kind of did a ratings, and Nassau United, MFM, Rivers United, of course, they're maintaining the 2nd position. Remo Stars is 2 point clear, and they're taking the lead right now. But I feel that things are still going to turn around. Rivers United and Plateau United will not really want to make Remo Stars last in the
even
first
teams
position
like Kano Pillars, still watch out for them. They have a way of, they have experience. Enyimba, number 7 on the log. You have to be very careful. They will still come. They have 10 points. They are yet to play their game. You have Aqua United, defending champion. They have experience. They are there. Nasarawa, that's some team that that by the time the second stars begins, you see them showing their and well. If you look at what happened then in EPL when Leicester City, they did it. Somebody gave them the chance. I hope Raymond Stars is not going that way.
The
way it's going right now.
If you look at Leicester City too, Leicester City is
they started like this.
that started, from the bottom.
Just like this.
From 11th position, and then they went all the way to clinch the trophy that season.
So it's possible.
I'm thinking that Remo Stars, if I were the coach, when Ogunbote came to that, to lead that squad, I knew there was something because of his antecedents, his past antecedent with Lobby Stars, I think Shooting Stars, so he was at Shooting Stars, Sunshine Stars, Sunshine Stars, and at some point, I think
he went to Lobby.
He was in Lobby. I actually started following when he was at Lobby Stars, my hometown. Like I told you, Lobby Stars are a team that I started following at my early stages of loving football. So they're one of the local leagues that I started following after Kano Pillars, of course, the same as together team. So I think that Remo Stars are going to shine. They're going to be basking in this euphoria for a very long time until Rivers United, Enyimba, Kano Pillars, or MFM decide to wake up from their slumber. Let's watch and see.
Well, for me, I think you know, like as I said, when Leicester went and won the league and everything, it's one of those rare cases, you know, because when you look at the football in general, by the time the season starts, you always find those other teams from nowhere they'll always be topping. Then by the time it gets heated towards mid, yes, the main, how should I say, the main owners of the league,
big boys,
yes, the big boys,
to show their faces.
exactly, the Ayimbas, the Kano Pillars, you understand, the
Aqua United,
they now decide, okay, fine, it's time for us to get back our position. Yes, how should I say, Remo Stars, we're hoping that they keep the run good. But on a personal note, as a Kano Pillars fan, I would I'd rather Kano Pillars go then. But at least they're showing prospect. They are showing prospect right now, and let's hope that with the coach, with the way they play the football, they can keep that momentum going. And how should I say, give us positive results later on.
He's saying give us positive results. He's not a fan of Remo Stars.
I know, that's what I said. On a personal note, as a Kano Pillars fan, I want my Kano Pillars to come and take over.
I love the fact that a lot of Kano Pillars, they draw a lot of fans across Nigeria alongside Rangers International. Yes. Now we have a Kano Pillar fan man here. We have Lobby. Where do you see your team?
I didn't tell you that I am a fan of Lobby.
You say you started MPFL, like MPFL from Lobby.
I am being diplomatic here, and it's glaring. Everybody can see.
You are scared of mentioning that Lobby will win and then they will not win.
No.
Look at Okay, now, Kano Pillars.
Yes.
We know they have experience, they have everything it takes, but this season
they've started yet. They've actually started shaky. This is one of the seasons that I know that Kano Pillars haven't started among the top 5. Because every season, you know, they're always at the top 5.
It didn't happen last season. I think the problem started from 2 seasons ago.
Exactly, that's why I said this is one of the not. But you know, as in for a team like that's always on top, then you now find out, okay, fine. As in, you have to look at, okay, what's going on with the team? They have the players, they have the experience. It's just, well, for one reason or the other, the results are not coming as expected. Well, but still, I still have hope.
That they will do well.
Oh, yes, I still have hope that they're still going to be among the top 4.
I think we should beam our searchlight. It could be managerial problems. It could be like an in-house problem. Because Kano Pillars, what I thought was their problem was the fact that their play times was always plagued with a lot of violence and disruptions. I think that was one of the problems that started, you know, them not doing well in the PFL. And then, you know, the coach, players, management. I think that's one of the problems. But you need to beam your searchlight into the activities of the team.
To see what's happening there.
Because what we see on the pitch is just like 30% of what goes on.
Yes.
Behind the scene.
Exactly.
Now we've been reviewing the MPFL match day 7. Some matches were played yesterday and some also day before. Well, but to let you know that Remo Stars is not to be ready to drop the baton right now as the leadership of that MPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League match is played. A match will be coming out, although we'll be taking that in our thoughts and that's the edition of 360 Sports concerning the match that will be coming up today. Well, the good thing is that Remo Stars are back to the top. Rivers United are following suit. Plateau United are also trailing Kano Pillars. According to the Kano Pillar man, he said they will get it right. They will pick the pieces up and at least get better. They are one of the big boys. You have to give it up to Aqua United. Nasarawa United are also moving up. You have to look at all these teams are coming. Kwara United, Rangers International, Eyimba, they are there. The Uzobu by 18. They are also there. Now, we've been talking concerning all this on 360 Sport, and that should be it. I want to appreciate you, Yakubu Usman, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And Madia Umar, the sister to Sadiq Umar. Thank you very much.
Don't say this. I don't want people coming at me. I am not his sister. Okay, you have
you just said it. You're his sister from another mother.
Okay, sister from another mother. So put me anywhere. By using that, don't forget to put the sister from another mother.
Good one there. Well, as we always tell you, that sport is fitness and business. Do not forget to join us on all our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and also Facebook. I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.